All right, my people, it's your boy Drew Santana checking in with you again. I'm happy you could be here with me. It's been a while. Today's fade tutorial is going to be primarily with the Andis Master fade blade, classic fade blade. I would prefer to use the phase blade, but my black label cordless Andis is out getting repaired. I sent it out to Andis, so I used the traditional fade blade. No problem with that. I just slightly prefer the phase blade, to be honest with you. Starting off, to remove bulk, we're going to use this ZR2. Never had an issue with ZR2 ever. I always did want to buy the classic 76 cordless to try that out. We're going to get there in time. You know, everything's on a budget. But setting up this guideline right here with the 5.0 detachable blade. Can't wait, by the way, to get my cordless black label back from Andis. 2-year warranty, you don't pay nothing. You just have to show the proof, the receipt within 2 years that you bought it. I got mine from Amazon, just sent them a screenshot and it was all good. This model today is my man Tommy. Shout out to Tommy. He's been a long time customer and friend, very loyal, great person. Tommy, what up, brother? Let's see what we got going on here. We're gonna follow this up with a foil shaver. And my people, a lot of the tools that I'm using in this tutorial, I no longer use them. This is old footage. This footage is probably 2 months old. You know what I mean? I just been so busy. Instead of the TPOB foils, I've been using a foil that I found on AliExpress. Really good. It says Pop Barber. That's the name brand of it. And believe it or not, we have a lot to talk about with that shaver. I'm not going to spoil it, but it is a good shaver, and I got some information about that shaver coming on the way in a future video. Very, very soon future video, by the way. Here we are with that candy red flake Andis Master OG, and I'm following up with the corded Master halfway on the lever. It may not look like that from the video, but it's halfway, and I'm away from the head slightly on an angle so that I can set up my guideline. I'm like this, and then as I get closer to the bottom line, I'm angling it towards the head like that to get the shorter levels. Now, shout out to the dude who left me the comment on my taper video where I use no guards. He said it in the video. He said, "You're doing too much with the lever," and I agree with him. And I went back the next day and I basically tried to achieve every single level out of just the lever being in the middle. And if I couldn't do it, then I would just adjust the lever ever so slightly, and I was able to usually get the final amount, the final bit tapered out. So with the lever halfway on the Masters, I'm usually able to fade down almost right into the skin in some scenarios. If not, I just bring it down just a little bit, and I'm able to take that line out. So that's what I'm doing right here. This Andis Master, I dropped a video on how to swap a motor from one corded OG Masters into another, or even if you just want to learn how to take it apart and put it back together, that's the video for you. I'll put the thumbnail on the screen for you. I had a lot of fun making that video. After I go halfway with the lever on the Masters, I like to usually follow that either with a 1/16, which is a zero guard, or I like to follow that with the Phat Master blade. And that's part of the what I wanted to tell you guys about the equipment that I'm trying to incorporate, I should say. Instead of using the plastic 1/16, after this video was recorded, a lot of the time I'm actually using the Phat Master now, and I find that it cuts much, much better. So, you know, for those that don't know, the 1/16 is the Phat Master blade, the 1A while the machine is closed, and the 2 while it's open. So you're gonna get a lot of that work accomplished like that. So this is 2x speed right here. We're putting the work in on Tommy's fade right here. We're almost completely done with the half down to pure skin with the shavers, right? So by the way, that little pink shaver that was on the screen before is called the Mini Skull. That machine has two brothers, two identical twin brothers. One is the Kemi. I can't recall the name of the Kemi, so forgive me on that. But the other one is the Stylecraft Uno. They're all fantastic for tight spots, like just a little bit of area to work above the lip. Let's say somebody had that cross type of goatee where there's a strip there. Sometimes it fits in there real well. Or low skin fade where you just want to go right above the ear like I did in the video a little bit earlier. So now I'm doing the open masters, and I'm doing the flick again on a 90-degree angle. So that's what we're doing right here. Yeah, so when it comes to those mini shavers, by the way, they vary in price. I've seen on AliExpress the Kemi one very cheap, you know, just under $20. So I mean, I gotta do another I gotta check to see if it's the same RPMs as the skull, the mini skull, and the Uno, but I'm pretty sure it's the same. I know one thing for sure is that the replacement cutting foil is the same, and I actually have bought replacements that were like $2, and it comes with like the gold lid, and then a new cutting board and a foil, and real good quality. I used it on myself just maybe 30 minutes ago before I got on camera. That's why your boy's mad cleaned up. So here we are, going back to the footage. Yeah, so I've been incorporating the Phat Master. I've been incorporating more clipper comb these days. And I've been learning from other people in the Andis Master community, right? So I'm not just part of the Andis Master community. Don't get me wrong, people. I am open-minded. What I have right here is the Andis NV2. We're gonna talk about this in the next video. I just happen to have it right here, so I'm just holding on to it, just kind of playing with it here while we talk. And I do have an instinct, and I'm interested in picking up some other clippers to try some other stuff out. But I love the Masters, you know, the Masters community. I see there's this new thing about speed cutting, and I love it. I love the idea. You guys know I love the idea because I try to make these tutorials faster and faster and faster so we all can get our game up. Now, I do want to talk about some key levels in fading that need to be addressed. To me, I kind of identify 2.5, not quite 2, just inching, a little bit longer than a 2. 2.5 down is where all your fade is seen. So in other words, by the time you get to 2.5, it's so dark on most clients that you no longer can see through the scalp. So literally, if you were to run the 2.5 all the way up the client's head and then just fade under there, most people wouldn't seem to mind that because most people won't really see the issue with that. Some of the clients that prefer the upper portion to be a little bit heavier, they may have an issue with it. But for your average client that really doesn't care, especially straight haired people, you could actually save a lot of time by doing that. So I think I'm at a 2.5 right now on the footage. Let me see. No, I'm about at a 1.5 right there. That's about a 1.5. But you can see towards the top of this fade, we making moves. It's a nice blend, but 2.5 is the cap, right? So here I go in with the OG Master, the 000 on taper blade, just to touch up a few loose ends here. I don't really know if this was really necessary, but I'm very anal about things, and my man Tommy takes care of me all the time. Very generous person, so I'm gonna make sure that I'm very generous with the time I give him and the level of detail that I give him. So yeah, I noticed that a lot of YouTubers who do speed cutting with the Masters, one of the techniques that they do is they pretty much run the clipper comb all along the sides, and then they just have to fade in from the 1.5 to 2 level under. It'll connect into it. Now for Tommy, I have a 4, I believe, up the side of his head, but that's because I gotta be careful because the growth on his hair is all over the place. He has multiple cowlicks on the side, in the back, so I really couldn't do all that, like all the tricky stuff to make him finished quick. I couldn't do that, and quite honestly, I think it looks better anyway if I took my time on this service. Like I said, this is one of my OG original customers, so I'm not trying to speed cut him. Somebody I've never seen before, that might be another story, right? But yeah, no, I've seen people do really good work with the clipper comb saving a lot of time. We need to be open-minded. We need to try new things. And you're gonna see some clipper comb work in this video as we go a little bit closer here towards the end. Yeah, man, this guy has got to be one of the top hair models that I've ever used, because every single layer of this man's hair shows on camera. This camera does do it justice. This is a $50 GoPro knockoff called Ocaso. I think it's the E7000, EK7000. And I'm actually recording off of it right now for the first time in 4K, so I'm excited to see how clear that was. I didn't film this video in 4K because I didn't realize that was an option, but I just updated that quality. Now, when you do hit the right point on the clipper comb, man, let me tell you, the sound of it running through and how beautiful it looks as the haircut comes together is really something special. And if you guys know me, you guys know I've traditionally not been a clipper comb person, but I had no choice. I needed to up my game. I needed to step my game up, and I'm getting better and better at it. And I encourage you guys to definitely come out your comfort zone, 100%. If you got a customer that you've been rocking with for a long time, try it. Try different techniques. The main goal is always the same. Whatever's at the bottom of the comb, you got to make sure that it lines up with the shortest possible level. Now, I kind of zoomed past kind of quickly, but you saw me kind of do scissor over comb on the top of his head. You don't always have to do it the pull and snip way. You can do it that way. Again, let that comb run against the customer's head and use your muscle memory over and over and over again to save time with the scissor portions of your haircut, because they can take a while. The rest of the haircut, as far as the top of his head, all that footage got cut off because I'm kind of short and the GoPro is a little bit lower on my chest. So if I was a little taller, you probably could have got that footage, but it's not necessary. There we are right there, just finishing up the bottom of the beard with the TPOB skull shaver, which is a quality professional shaver, but I would say it's entry level. What I picked up, that Pop Barber shaver, is a lot stronger, and I'm gonna keep that for I would say emergencies, if the other ones die or I break one. Never get rid of your equipment no matter what. Don't just give it away. Just clean it up, put it in a drawer, and you never know when you're gonna need it again. I got that AliExpress chameleon blade on that trimmer right there. We're gonna also talk about that trimmer. That trimmer is, and that one, by the way, that's the DK bag trimmer from AliExpress, and the other one, I believe you pronounce it Lance. The white trimmer, the Lance trimmer, was the TPOBX clone, and then the DK bag, believe it or not, is the Stylecraft clone. And I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of both of them again in the upcoming video. Both, I gotta just spoil it right here, both great trimmers. So if you're looking for a trimmer from now to the time the video comes out, don't hesitate. You will enjoy it. It's a good trimmer. We're going to talk about which one I prefer out the two. But we'll wait for that moment. I got to keep you in just a little bit of suspense. All right, my man Tommy feeling good about his cut. I put the lighting on amber because when I put the clients back in the chair, I don't want the bright white light to blind them. I think it's a little more gentle on the eyes to go with the amber. The amber kind of created a little bit of a shadowy type of a look to the fade. My brother happy right there. I'm happy to see that. That's what we do this for. Of course, we get paid, but we want to see happy people. You know what I mean? And I was just being a goofball here at the end of the video. This stupid troll I bought for the TPOB troll trimmer review, and the kids love it. So I was just being stupid about it, bothering my man Tommy with the creepy troll. I haven't had the heart to throw it away yet, but I definitely got to get rid of it at some point. Got that ugly thing on eBay, but it is silly though. So my people, we got the Andis NV2 video coming soon. We got the video about the DK bag trimmer, which is the Stylecraft, and we got the video about the Lance trimmer, and the Instinct. No, I'm sorry, what the hell am I talking about? The Lance trimmer, which is the TPOB, and then we got the DK bag, which is the Stylecraft. I'll be back with y'all.